Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Taylor, co-owner of VeganProteins Online Coaching, and we are full-blown in spooky season here, if you can't tell. And today I am going to present you with a recipe for fall in a muffin form with 15 grams of protein. When I set out to make this recipe, I had an idea, but I was like, the two dry ingredients are not going to work. There's no way this is gonna come out textured as anything other than a bouncy ball. So imagine my surprise when these came out, these light, fluffy, delicious, spicy pumpkin muffins with a cream cheese filling. You would never know that they're actually a protein muffin. So I'm very excited to share those with you. But before we get into it, if you are a vegan who is looking to level up your physique, build muscle, burn fat, feel better, hit subscribe because we put out new videos every single week with meal plans, recipes, tips, tricks, and informational videos, and I think you're gonna like it here. Let's get into it. Before I forget, did you guys see my t-shirt? I don't know if you can see the bottom of it from where I'm standing, but I think it's so cute. Plants have protein with the little Shop of Horrors picture in the center. If you are a vegan and you like Halloween, why is that such a thing? Why is it like all the creepiest people I know are also vegan? I don't know, but I got this at 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭. So he puts out tons of vegan Halloween designs every year, and this is the one that I got this year. So you should check it out. I almost forgot, if you want a PDF copy of this video with the ingredients in both cups and grams, I'm gonna leave a link to download that down below. Just enter your email, it should be there in just a couple minutes. So we're actually going to start by making the cream cheese filling first. So I'm going to use a full 8-ounce container of vegan cream cheese, and I highly recommend you use Tofutti cream cheese, and I'll explain why in a bit. We're going to add to that a half a cup of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, and a teaspoon of lemon juice. Then with your clean hands, just kidding, if you have an electric beater, you should definitely use that. If you don't have an electric beater, make sure that that cream cheese is room temperature, and you should be able to do this with the back of a big spoon. It's just gonna take you a lot longer. So you wanna whip this up until it's totally creamy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put it in a piping bag, but you actually don't have to do this step. The first time I did it, I just spooned it on top instead of filling the muffins themselves. But if you have a piping bag, it just adds a nice little touch because the top of the muffin sort of crusts over a little bit, but it's still nice and creamy in the center. So I like to take my piping bag, put it inside of a big cup, all I could find was a shaker cup, and spoon it in there with a rubber spatula. And then we're just gonna set this aside. And you're also not gonna use all of this filling, so get some ideas going in the back of your head for ways to use up the rest of it. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, I'm gonna interrupt this for a second because I am using regular sugar in these recipes. I used regular powdered sugar for the cream cheese, and I'm gonna use brown sugar in the muffin, but you don't have to use sugar. I'm not your mom, you can do whatever you want. So if you want to use a sugar-free replacement, some options here. I have a 𝐿akanto powdered sugar that is sugar-free. This is made with monk fruit and erythritol. This is Truvia, which is erythritol and stevia, and then this is Swerve. This is just erythritol, I believe. And they make other brown sugars. There's so many different kinds, but you wanna make sure that if you're gonna use a replacement, you replace dry sweeteners with dry sweeteners or wet sweeteners with wet sweeteners. Otherwise, you're gonna screw up the moisture ratio in your baked good. So it's entirely up to you. Not everybody digests erythritol super well. If you want a really good time, go to Amazon and read the reviews on the sugar-free Haribo gummy bears. You're welcome. Okay, now the main dry ingredient here is gonna be the PB2 almond protein powder. This is what I tried. It worked on the first go, so I highly recommend it. If you wanna try a different almond protein, go ahead. But if you're gonna use a pea-based protein or rice-based protein, I cannot vouch for how this is gonna turn out. We're gonna start with a full cup of the PB2 almond protein, a full cup of vital wheat gluten. We are gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and I'm gonna add all of my spices here, which are 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, a half a teaspoon of ground clove, half a teaspoon of ground cardamom, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, because we like these bad boys spicy. Go ahead and mix all the dry ingredients together till all those spices are nice and incorporated. In a larger bowl, we're gonna mix together a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of ground flax meal, 1 full 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree, a 1/4 cup of tahini, 1/3 cup of applesauce, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And again, you could mix this together with a large spoon or a whisk, but since I already have the electric beater, I'm gonna beat that together until it's fully mixed. Now we are gonna add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients, and you want to stir this kind of gently because we're using the vital wheat gluten and we don't want to activate it so much that it becomes really gummy or chewy. So I'm just being kind of gentle about this, stirring it, folding it over, and kind of smushing it with the back of my spoon because I don't want to see any dry bits, but I also don't want to just beat it arbitrarily. Next step here is I lost my damn mind and filled up too many muffin tins with cupcake liners. This is actually only gonna make 12, so you only need to fill up 12. But I'm using these silicone cupcake liners that were gifted to me by Alice, actually, and you're only gonna need 12. I like to spritz them with cooking spray. Is that fully necessary? I don't know, but I don't wanna find out that it is as I'm trying to unstick them from these. So go ahead and do that. Now I'm using my 4-ounce ice cream scoop to scoop some nice little rounds into these 12 cupcake liners. You could also just use a 1/2 cup measuring cup and a spoon to get equal amounts in each of these. All that for nothing. Okay. Now you're gonna take your piping bag with a narrow tip and you're gonna stick the tip about halfway in to the muffin batter. Squeeze it as you pull it out at the same time so you end up with a little bit peeking out the top. And you can actually add a little bit more to the top here. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't run out, so I went back and just made a nice little cute dollop right on the top here. And again, if you're not using the piping bag, you can just take a tablespoon and drop it on top and kind of smush it around a little bit, and it's still gonna come out delicious. Gonna go ahead and bake those in the oven for 30 minutes. After all these years, some people still ask me why I still love Tofutti cream cheese and sour cream. And I'm about to show you why. Because in 2025, there's so many other brands that have come out since then, right? There's Violife, there's Kite Hill, there's Miyoko's, there's even Philadelphia has one, right? Everything went fine with making the recipe until I put it in the oven. They didn't have Tofutti cream cheese at the store and I had to get Violife. And I was like, how different can it be? That different. It can be that different. It's the exact same recipe. I am irate. This is my angry batch number 2 going in the oven right here. All right, moment of truth. Did Tofutti let us down? Oh, it did not. It sure didn't. Look at that. That's what we're looking for. I need 2 of these. I need 2. Please don't burn yourself. We need opposable thumbs. That's what we need on our mitts. So one of them still spilled over, and that's the one that still had a little bit of the other cream cheese left in the piping bag. Oh, those look so good. If you could smell a video, guys. We're gonna stand over here.
Where?
Over here, because it's spooky. Ooh. So we're getting ready to head out to Plant Built in Atlantic City. We have to leave at like 6 in the morning to get there. And I yelled out, Giacomo, do you want a taste test? And I was like, oh, he's in the garage. He can't hear me. And then I just hear the door swing open. And I'm like, did you hear me? He's like, did I hear you?
Wait, hold on. You said that the other ones got messed up, but these to me look exactly the same. I'm confused.
They do not look the same. No, they don't.
Well, they're a little...
How can you think they look the same?
I know.
They don't. We gotta settle this debate. Spin that light around. Spin it around, spin the light around. Spin the goddamn light. He says he can't see the difference between the bad ones and the good ones. Bad ones, it totally liquefied. Look, it completely liquefied. Yeah, these sunk a little bit, but it didn't liquefy. Like, there is no filling in these anymore. Stupid.
All I know is they both taste really, really good.
Tofutti for the win. You're a terrible taste tester. All right, so these are the batch that came out good, not with the Violife that melted and turned into a puddle.
What are they?
They are pumpkin spice muffins with cream cheese filling, and they are each 216 calories, 7.7 grams of fat, 24.4 grams of carbs, and 15 grams of protein.
That's the one I was looking at. 15 grams of protein in these things? Oh boy.
I already broke 2 of them open in slow motion for the B-roll. So
and I was begging you to not trash the other batch, and these are supposedly...
I didn't trash them. He's been eating the crappy batch for like
haven't.
hours. Yeah, he has been. So
You sure you want my advice here? No, I know these are going to be good.
Come on. What is he here for?
Did you eat everything before you get a chance to? What?
How?
Yeah. These are ridiculous. You wouldn't even know that there was any protein in these whatsoever.
But that's
like a
all
straight
there
up
is.
treat.
There's no other flour. It's protein powder and vital wheat gluten. How does it taste like that? It should taste like a bouncy ball.
Yeah. I have
Almond
no
protein powder, vital wheat
clue.
gluten,
Yeah.
sugar and spices, pumpkin.
I really wanted to taste like 7 of these before you got a chance to do this on camera, but you kicked me out of the whole prep area.
This one's a little risque. This one's a little risque, but I'm into it.
The last ones were good. These ones are definitely even better.
Let me wrap this up. So, believe it or not, what we do around here is not just make delicious vegan treats all the time. We are a team of full-time coaches. We coach vegan athletes all over the world to get in better shape, whether that's to lose some body fat, build muscle. We have people all the way from brand new lifters all the way up to world champion natural bodybuilders. If you are looking for that kind of help, I'm gonna leave the assessment form down below. Go ahead and fill it out. You'll hear from this guy within a day. We would love to help you get there. But if you don't do that, at least subscribe. Like, what are you doing?
Stop. I need to finish eating this. We're done. And scene.
Wait, no.
Wait, no, what? What?
If you like the video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, all the things I'm supposed to tell. Way too late to be filming. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, all the things I'm supposed to tell you to do at the end of a YouTube video, and we'll talk to you soon.
Later.
How can you think they look the same?
I know.